So he throws a punch at Luffy. Luffy just decks Moria in the face and knocks him out. Yeah. Garp kind of laughs and starts talking with them and everything. Kobe grows like Luffy and Zoro. He likes Luffy and Zoro a lot. They're cool. They're cool. And everything. They talk for a bit. Same thing happens as canon. Just, better talk. Till the final thing. Garp says, Luffy, what do you want to do with your life? Like, you could just stop being a pirate and become a marine. And Luffy says, can you stop bugging me about being a marine or a pirate or something? And Luffy says, well, I don't want to be either at all. I'm not even trying to be a pirate. And the goal I have can become the king of the world. And Garp instead flashbacks like Zebek. But he knows Luffy's not taking a devilish route. Luffy is dropping pirates that are evil and some evil marines. Yes, some marines are evil, some marines are good. Luffy's taking down both. He doesn't matter. And Luffy says, it doesn't matter no matter who you are, what your rank is. Just get in my way, I'm taking you down. Garp can't help but laugh and say, alright then. As he will just then leave with everyone, and when he does, try to will slam down the giant cannonball. Luffy just jumps in the air and uses his own strength to match Garp's and just pushes the cannonball towards Garp again. Garp just instantly says, I did not think this through, as he just jumps on the other side of the chain and just slams it down in the water. So yeah, just end up and stretch real quick. I'm back. I lay down too much. Yeah, so the next arc would be Thriller Bark. And we're gonna cut to them getting Thriller Bark. So, first we're gonna cut to them getting into the island, getting into the Florian Triangle. And in the Triangle, they do meet Brook. And they're kind of hardened, I guess. They're still showing the same amount of emotion. Also, Zoro's being treated by Chopper, so Chopper's kind of just stitching up Zoro's chest right now. Chopper's still treating Zoro's wounds. Zoro's the only Straw Hat with wounds, as Zoro didn't know how to dodge the Tempest kicks coming at different angles. So yeah. So when they get there, they see Brook. No one's really startled. They're just a little confused. Luffy kind of just he drops his anchor and grabs Brook's ship with all of his might and pulls it back. And they start. Brook will hop on, asking if they needed anything. Luffy and Brook will actually start talking for a little bit until Luffy just tells Brook, join my crew. Bentham just simply says, the hell is wrong with you? No, that is a walking, talking skeleton right there. Luffy says, Bentham, are you the captain? Because last time I checked, I welcomed you onto the ship. I openly beat you, and your crew, and your boss. So, who's the captain here? Who? You or me? Which one? Bentham just shuts up and just lets Luffy to invite Brook onto the crew. So yeah, Brook joins. He explains the shadow situation once Usopp points it out. And the moment Brook asks Nami's panty, Zoro. Luffy just grabs Brook's skull and starts squeezing it. Luffy just yells, "She is 15!" As Brook says, "Oh, my bad," and just grabs his head from Luffy and puts it back on normally, like he twisted on. Right, how long ago Brook had his shadow stolen from Moria? Pause. So, Brook still does not have his shadow because Moria took it 2 years ago. So Moria took it 5 years ago from canon. Right now, it'd be 2 years ago. So yeah, and Brook is 90 right now, I believe. So Brook would be 87 currently. So if we can talk to Brook, tell him where to get your shadow back for you. So Brook would be very appreciative, and Luffy would not open the barrel as he would not care about it. So yeah, Brook would explain where to go. And Luffy talked to Brook a little bit. So, yeah, CP9 bounties now. Luffy had 120 million. his bounty now jumps to 400 million. Like, you know, you beat the highest member of CP9, so you need to be the highest. You need to have a high bounty now. So 400 million for Luffy's bounty. Zoro for taking down Kaku. Zoro's bounty is now 128. Zoro now has 120 million berry bounty. Sanji has 110 million. And Bentham's bounty jumps to 90 million, as they do find out he's kind of the adult of the crew. So, yeah, Bentham's kind of the adult of the crew. They know he's not captain, but he's the adult. So they give him a 90 million berry bounty. Robin is also given a 85 million berry bounty. Usopp is given a 73 million. Nami is given 68, and Chopper is given 8 million. So yeah, they're a pretty high-ranking crew, and they all know hockey except for Robin and Chopper. So yeah, Luffy would actually realize this on their way to Thriller Bark, so Luffy would actually make them train. Brook would ask what hockey is, and Luffy says, "Alright, well, the way you're describing Moria, without hockey, you will not understand. You will not win." So, Bentham, would you mind training them in hockey? You can probably earn black hockey if you train them. Bentham would agree, and after about, I'm gonna say 2 days, they get to Thriller Bark. They don't have black. Well, Bentham doesn't have black hockey, but he's on the verge of getting it. While Brook is close to getting invisible hockey, he did learn observation. And Chopper did gain invisible hockey, so did Robin. So about everyone on the crew right now can probably take down Moria. Like, Chopper's probably the only one that can't take down Moria right now. Robin can use Clutch, snap his neck. Zoro, cut him in half. Sanji, kick him through the chest. Nami, you're no lose. Usopp, you're in tie. And Robin, so Nami, Chopper, and Usopp are the only people that cannot beat Moria right now on the Riot crew. Bentham can beat Moria. Luffy, they get to the Bark. They do meet Hogback. Brook tells them, he makes the zombies. Don't do anything. And he also tells them the zombies' weaknesses, so they have all the salt they can. Let's say Usopp made some salt stars with all the salt they have on the ship. So yeah, they have that encased. And yeah, they're kind of punching through. They're kind of just dumping some salt in the zombie's mouth. It's gonna be 1 grain of salt in the zombie's mouth, and they're done. So, every member is beaten, and every zombie on the way to Hogback's mansion is beaten. They get there. Hogback knows zombies have been being beaten. So once Luffy walks in, Hogback's assistant, I guess. Oh no, I just remembered what my friend said. When me and him were watching Thriller Bark, he guaranteed that the assistant Hogback did try to have sex with it. He guarantees that, and now I do as well. So Luffy just puts salt in the zombie's mouth. The Shadow will leave as Luffy straight up knees Hogback in the gut, knocking him out. And Chopper will kind of just call Hogback a disgrace to the doctoring community. As Chopper, being a little angry, would just grab a knife and kill Hogback. So Chopper is going berserk mentally, and on Hogback. So, yeah. Once Hogback is dead, his assistant is dead, Luffy would actually tell, Bentham, take Hogback's clothes and go spy on Moria. And Bentham will do so using observation, and using his devil fruit, he turns into Hogback, and he goes to the base. So, in the base, Luffy's talking to Moria. Moria's like, "Hey, Hogback, why are you here? And where's your assistant?" Bentham was like, "It's terrible, these pirates, the Riot pirates, they broke in and killed everyone." And, Bentham's like, "Oh," Moria's like, "Everyone?" Then Bentham, Well, yeah, Bentham will say, well, yeah, well, he killed my army, I guess. He killed all my zombies, my assistant. They're about to kill me. As Moria instantly knows that this is not Hogback. He says, you're a horrible imposter. As he said, if you did not count, or if you didn't pay attention close enough, you notice Hogback calls me Moria-sama, not Moria. He starts to kill Bentham. Bentham, having none of Moria's BS, will use a invisible hockey kick straight to Moria's chest, sending Moria flying. Luffy kind of is like sensing out where everyone is with his observation and says, alright, well, Zoro, go this way, Sanji, go that way. So he tells Sanji to go to the left, as that would be where Absalom's group is. So he tells Zoro, go right, that's where Perona is. He tells Usopp, Zoro, Bentham, Luffy would tell Sanji, Robin, and Chopper to go towards Absalom, and then he would have Nami, Zoro, and Usopp go towards Perona. They would go as Luffy starts walking towards Moria. And he'd get there in about 10 minutes, every zombie's beaten, and Brook actually arrives after slicing down a few zombies. Oh yeah, Frankie, he's there with them as well. That'd be 9 and 10. Wait, I'm gonna say Luffy and Brook are heading towards Moria. Frankie did go with them, and Frankie is going to go with... Frankie is going to go with them to handle Lola. As Luffy just says there's a giant zombie on the left side, Frankie go with them. Frankie would go, and yeah. Oops, my sheets are coming out. Once Luffy is kind of just done heading towards Moria with Brook, Brook's shadow would be there with Ryuma, and Brook is actually isn't interested in the sword, but he does know Zoro would probably like it. And Zoro's sword did indeed be beaten, be destroyed, as they did have to face the giant marine fleet. One of Zoro's swords was destroyed, still, and Zoro cut down that marine for destroying it. But he doesn't know Zoro doesn't need an extra sword for his 3-sword style, so he does take the sword after he does beat his shadow this time. Like Brook is above his shadow now, and Shadow's confused, oh, how are you beating me? As Brook would straight up say, I learned hockey. And the Shadow, I'm gonna say, tapped into Ryuma's memories and said, you learned such an advanced technique. I can't believe I fell behind. As Brook Shadow would kind of leave the zombie. And Brook coated his sword in salt, so yeah, the Shadow instantly left and was forcing himself to stay into the Shadow, stay in Ryuma's body. And Lola and her crew are watching as everyone's being beaten this easily. So we're gonna cut to Zoro's group actually. Zoro is fighting the giant teddy bear thing. Zoro's fighting the giant teddy bear. Nami is facing the zombies. Nami's fighting the giant teddy bear. Zoro's facing the zombies. Usopp is facing Perona. Usopp does win by firing a star at her chest, and it does burn her. She panics and passes out from the pain. Zoro finishes killing the zombies, and he cuts them to pieces. He doesn't even give them chances. He doesn't even want to use salt. He cuts them to pieces. Nami finishes beating the giant teddy bear, and yeah. And we're gonna go Sanji's group now. Sanji's fighting Absalom, and Sanji is angry because Absalom just proposed to Robin the first time he saw her. He's like, "Miss, be my wife." Sanji's like, the hell did you say to Robin? Sanji just jumped in the air into this meteor strike of love. As he used Diablo Jambe, he just kicks Absalom into the ground. Lola saw this as she rushed out. She rushed out to fight Sanji until Frankie used a shoulder block and just hits her. So yeah, she will try to fight. She'll try to fight back as much as she can, but say Frankie developed like a small burst of wind, but instead of wind, it's just tons of salt. Frankie will just kind of jump pin Lolo to the ground with his feet, and just stick the cannon down Lolo's mouth and blast tons of salt into it. Blast tons of salt into it. So yeah, Lolo's giant zombie shadow will leave, and Lolo's like, did I get my shadow back? Like, are these guys actually legit beating Moria's guys? So Sanji does not get his shadow stolen as he's beating everyone's too. Luffy walking through the house is just straight up just beating everyone. So this is kind of easy for him. And this time, one thing, the filler arc when it came to what was it? When it came to the Sanji's poster, Sanji has an actual face on his poster. Now, not a drawing. So yeah. So Luffy gets to Moria to see Moria is just being brutalized by Bentham. Moria is barely hanging on right now. But he does summon some zombies to get in the way of Bentham. Bentham just says, Moria's weakened, beat him. Until Bentham is snuck from behind and gets his shadows taken from Moria, and Bentham's shadow is put into the giant oars. He's like, oh damn it. He has to jet, he has to jet Gatling every zombie around there right now, to the point where they're we just punched away. He punched holes into them, they're done for. Their shadows are leaving them. So Luffy sees the giant oars run away until Luffy will run after it. At one point, Luffy just jumps and kicks Oars in the head. And so he just realizes he kicked off half of Oars' head. So Luffy says, as Luffy will inflate his hand, and then for the first time he'll actually coat that giant arm in gear second. He says, giant jet pistol. It'll hit Oars, and the whole torso of Oars is just sent flying away. It's sent flying off through the bark. And Luffy will use his palm and starts just straight up just crush the lower half. As Bentham's body is kind of oh wow, well not Bentham's body. Bentham was did that just happen? So Luffy will kind of pull his hand back to see a crushed body, bones are popping out everywhere, and everything in Moria is just in horror that someone that strong came to his island. Luffy uses no hesitation, jumps at Moria and just kicks him in the neck, breaking it. So yeah, Moria just had his neck shattered. Well, not shattered actually. Moria gets kicked in the stomach and gets knocked out. And Sanji beat Absalom in one kick. Sanji is angry. So yeah, Luffy will have his crew gather back to their place. And Zoro just hated having to use the two-sword style the whole time. Brook says, damn it, I need another sword. As Brook says, yo ho ho, I got him for you. As he'll hold out a black blade. Joe's like, no way. As he takes it from Brook and instantly just hugs Brook. Everyone's like, he made Zoro show emotion other than stupidity and braveness. So yeah, everyone's kind of impressed that Brook grabbed the sword. And they're like, Brook, how'd you beat your shadow now? Brook says, oh, I might not have told you. I learned that observation technique. I could dodge every slice. And Brook would then just show his purple notch slice, as it just kind of cuts out tons of trees. And Brook says, that is stronger than my shadows. So yeah. So I'm not gonna try Brook's skeleton jokes. I can't do them. They're actually really clever to me. So yeah. So they're on the ship. They set sail. We're going to cut when they get to when they get Kami and everything. When they get her, we cut to that. They did it. It's when they stop at the same island, but this time it's not because of the guy with Sanji's face. It's not because of that. They stop there because they want to. This time the guy wants to capture Sanji, and Sanji will actually throw a strong kick at the guy's head. He thinks Sanji's a little good-looking in his eyes, so he thinks, a good-looking slave will work. Because he's probably going to sell him at Sabaody. Sanji, using his hardest kick knifing any of the guy's BS, will kick the guy's face good-looking, like Sanji beat him. I'm sorry about this. I'm going to stand up again. The guy passes out, and I'm calling him the god because I forgot his name. the guy passes out. And, you know, they talk for a little bit. They rescue Hachi. And Hachi and Zoro will talk for a bit. They go, and this time, I'm going to say Kami was still eating because, you know, she wanted to get Hachi back. I believe her name is Kami. I don't know. Tommy, Kami, I don't really care, but, you know. Yeah, she's 16 before the time skip. Right now, she is 13. So, she is 6'5". She is tall. But, yeah. So, she's basically 6'6". Never mind, she's like 6'6". She's like 6'5" and a half. But, yeah, right now, she is 13. So, yeah. There's Hachi. They go to Sabaody. And this time, Kami is not captured. And Luffy will get another bounty increase. Luffy's bounty increase is going to be up to 600 million now as he beat Moria. You know, it says 400 million last time, so this time it's going to be 550 million. So yeah. And I want to say that like Law, Killer, and Kid, they were all at like except like so so Kid and Killer are there looking for crew members. Law, Beppo, and the other two guys. Let me figure out their names real quick. So, Law, Beppo, Shachi, Penguin, and Bart, they are there still. And this time Bart is a slave still. Penguin and Shachi need their ages. Penguin is how old? I'm gonna pause it so I don't extend the video. Okay, so Luffy's at Sabaody and he sees Kid, Killer, Shachi, Beppo, Law, and Bart. Well, not Bart. He doesn't notice Bart yet. But right now, Kid would be 18, Killer would be 22, Shachi and Penguin would be 23, Beppo would be 17. Beppo would about to be turning 20. No, Beppo is about to be 18, and Law would be 21. So. Luffy's walking around and everyone is like noticing Luffy, and he's probably the highest bounty right now, like around, like the East Blue, North Blue, West Blue. So North, South, West, and East, Luffy would have the highest bounty. Now it's at Sabaody. He currently has the highest bounty, besides Rayleigh. Rayleigh doesn't really have a bounty anymore. I'm pretty sure Shaki would also have a higher bounty. Shaki used to be a pirate, but yeah. Once Luffy is like kind of just he gets into the he sits down with Kami. I'm just gonna call her Kami. Kami and Luffy, no, Kami. Kami and Luffy sit down, and as they're talking, you know, someone tries to kidnap her. Luffy just instantly sees this as he stretches his arm and grabs the guy's neck. He pulls the guy and just throws him halfway across Sabaody. Luffy just holds Kami and says, "You okay?" Turns cuddle Luffy and start crying. Or Starfish will jump onto Kami's head and start cuddling her as well. And Zoro and Sanji are kind of watching. Like Zoro's like, "Oh, I almost killed the guy." Oh yeah, wait. Sorry, to pause this. Okay, so Luffy at Sabaody. Kami was about Kami was about to be kidnapped. And yeah, Luffy stopped that. Luffy's gonna walk around, and everyone's paying attention to Luffy. And this would happen to catch the attention of the future worst generation, as they're all at Sabaody looking for crewmates. Kid and Killer are together. Beijing and Vito are together. Law, Shachi, Penguin, and Beppo are together. So yeah, like the main like 2 to 4 people are always together. Like Law knew Shachi Penguin and Beppo from when like a few hours after Corazon was killed. Yeah, Luffy sits in a cafe where Beijing, Vito, and Bonnie are. Bonnie does not have her original 4 guys around her. But everyone has their eyes on Luffy. No one knows why. Until like she'll ask like the cat like the waiter, who's that guy? He says, oh, you don't know who that is? That's Riot Luffy, the guy with bounty of 600 million. She's just impressed that someone of that high status is here. Like, you know, that's like a warlord status bounty. So she's kind of impressed with Luffy, and she also thinks, you know, if I get him with my feminine charms, I might get some free food out of him. She walks over trying to flirt with Luffy. Robin shuts that down instantly. She just grabs Bonnie's head and just pushes it away. And Luffy and his crew go back to eating, and Beijing notices they're not eating like animals, but they're kind of like eating sloppily. Like Luffy has his feet propped up like Zoro and everything. They're all just eating. And also, one thing I forgot to mention this: Bartolomeo still worships Luffy like a god due to beating up so many Marines at Logtown. So yeah. And while Luffy's eating, the Marines are called by the waiters as they walk in. And Luffy's kind of upset that he's eating and he's being interrupted. So he stands up and just tells everyone, no, sit down, I'll handle this. Luffy gets in like a stance to fight, and like Luffy just rushes at the Marines, and headshots, just one, like he's punching them all in their face. And the last guy is like Captain and Commodore, a few of them. Luffy just jumps, lands on one's head, and just he pushes his feet down as hard as he can, which pushes the guy's body in like a smushed position. So Luffy just killed the guy by crushing him. Luffy would then use a move that he would call just Gum Slap, as he just extends both of his hands out, and he just goes along and slaps all of them as hard as he can. And so, yeah, every one of them got knocked out by that one giant slap. So yeah, they're all out, and Urge, Bonnie, Hawkins, Beijing, Vito, Apu, Drake, Kid, Killer, Law, Shachi, Penguin, Beppo. They all saw the fleet of Marines, and they ran to see what's going on. They arrived at the giant slap. Bonnie was already in there with Beijing and Vito. Like, they weren't talking, but they were all in there. And they saw how fast Luffy just dropped Marines. Like that was like a 1-minute fight. And Luffy says, "Yeah, you guys shouldn't even call yourselves captains or commodores. You shouldn't even be called ensigns." So he just walks away and sits back down. He starts eating. That's when Kid will eventually run up to him saying, "Hey, you seem strong. Why don't you join my crew?" So he says, "I have my own crew." As he points to like his table, I said, "These guys are a bunch of kids. Well, maybe not the guy with makeup and the blue-haired guy and the woman with the big boobs. Maybe not those 3, but the other ones are just kids." He says, "Yeah, and you're older than me, so why should I join your crew?" And Luffy can instantly tell. Like, he's the youngest supernova there besides Beppo. Well, he's not a supernova, but actually, Luffy's whole crew are considered supernovas. You know, just mainly. So, Zoro, Luffy, and Sanji. They're like the only 3 supernovas at the moment. Like they're the big supernovas. That's it. You know, I'm gonna say Bartolomeo started out a lot earlier, and Bartolomeo is now considered a supernova. So, like, Luffy's crew and Bartolomeo are the supernovas of this generation. So they're kind of trash. Well, not Luffy's crew. Just Bartolomeo's the only trash supernova right now. So, yeah. That's when Luffy just says, "Well, you and your giant masked friend here are trying to recruit me. So how about I recruit you onto my crew?" And like Kid's like, so like, why should I join your crew and be under someone weaker than me? Luffy stands up at a challenge and says, "The youngest person on my crew can kick your ass, dude." And it's like, Law says, not Law. Kid says, "No, you can't." As Luffy just points to the reindeer and says, "The reindeer can beat you." As Chopper gets something different on the table and says, "Yeah, and I'm only 12. As the kid says, "Does he want to bet?" As Chopper just jumps in the air and instantly goes into his buff form and just slams down on the kid. Kid using all the strength is like trying to hold back Chopper, even using his double foot to like try to stab Chopper. But everything metallic that hits Chopper is just shattering. As Chopper is using invisible hockey. We'll just throw his strongest punch on the kid and just break both the kid's arms instantly. As the kid just says, "God damn it, did I just get beat by a 12-year-old reindeer?" This kid just like holding his broken arms up. And the kid didn't even, like, Killer didn't even want to try. He's like, yeah. The 12-year-old reindeer beat your ass, basically. And basically, Vito can't help but burst out laughing. Like BJ will then say, "Hey, kid, how about you join the mafia? We're a lot better than these wannabe pirates." Luffy, in no hesitation, just says, "Well, how about I have a mob boss to join my crew?" As Luffy says, "Besides, I already have quite a bit of money on my crew, on my ship, a few hundred million." And BJ's like, "Really? That much? Sure, I'll join. Just BJ only joined because of mention of money." Nami instantly just yelled, "Touch the money, it's mine. Like the money's mine. You touch it, your ass is mine." And Nami's not joking. BJ is going to be beaten by her. BJ, Chopper can beat every supernova at the moment. So, yeah. And Luffy just instantly looks around and says, everyone around here seems pretty strong. Most of you have double fruits. So, how about this? I can recruit all of you on my ship." Frankie says, I don't think we have that much room, Captain." As Luffy just says, "Frankie, be quiet. We'll have enough room." Oh yeah, I forgot to over the bounties. First off, none of the pre-supernovas have bounties except for like Luffy, Zoro, and Teach. They're the only ones with bounties. But Bentham, on both Luffy's crew, they have bounties. But Bentham put his bounty at 80 million. I forgot what I said last time. Robin is going to be at 75 million. Chopper is going to be at 1 million. Zoro 100 million, 120 million. I remember Zoro's 20 million. Luffy 600 million. Sanji 110 million. Nami is going to be at I'm putting Nami at 40 million. Brook already had a 30 million berry bounty. Due to his involvement in taking down Moria, that would give him a bounty of 60 million. Frankie, his bounty also involved him taking down CP9. His bounty is going to be how about I want to give Frankie a 65 million berry bounty. And Usopp will have a 70 million berry bounty. So yeah, and that's all the bounties. We would then just straight up say, "I'll recruit all of you onto my ship. We're all higher bounties than you. We're all stronger than you. Join us, we'll make you strong." And he says, "But one condition: if you join my crew, you're gonna help me with my goal, king of the world." And he starts saying, "BJ, you could be the strongest mob boss to ever exist." And he doesn't know what everyone else wants, but he says, whatever you guys want, I'll make you once I'm the king." And Kid instantly is like, "Alright then, here's our deal. If I help you become king of the world, make me king of the pirates." Lee instantly points at Kid and says, "Done." And Kid says, "Alright, Killer, let's go." As he runs over to Luffy's group. And Kid just says, "Future king of the pirates." And then Bonnie says, I guess I'll join you. So we have Kid, and their bounties are going up if they join Luffy. So Kid, his bounty will then jump to around 30 million to being associated with Luffy. Killer, 15 million for being associated with Kid and Luffy. So 15. Bonnie joins. And Rayleigh is not in custody. So he actually ran. He didn't run. He didn't run. He walked over to see what's going on. And he sees Luffy just recruiting people. And then he sees the Straw Hat. He's like, oh god, this kid. I can already guess what he's doing. But her bounty is going to be 10 million. Yeah. Urge, he will straight up ask Luffy, have you been to Skypiea? He says, yeah. He says, well, when I was last there's a tyrant god. Can we take him down? He says, because Enel already killed him. And Urge says, I'm joining you now. As Urge runs over, and Urge's bounty is going to be 10 million tied with Bonnie. Like, you guys may be like, isn't this a little excessive because they're higher than Chopper and everything? No, because Chopper hasn't done too much that the world government noticed. So Urge's there, Bonnie's there, Kid, Killer. Beige is a little hesitant to join because, you know, he's like, hey, I'm kind of already the number one mob boss. I don't need your help. Luffy will just tell Beige, if you join, and you'll probably be the strongest mob boss to ever exist, and no one can top that. Even if someone else does become king of the world, they won't be my status. Beige says, and Luffy will say, that means no one else can beat your mob boss status. Beige likes the thought of going down in history and never being beaten, so he joins. Vito instantly joins because Beige is his leader, I guess. So Beige's bounty will be 5 million. You know, say it'll be 25 million due to Beige actually being number one mob boss. That would actually make sense. Vito being his right hand man, and that would give him a 8 million berry bounty. So, yeah. And Drake would just join, saying, "Can we drop the Marines then?" And Drake is still part of Sword, and so I'm pretty sure Drake. Well, I'm gonna say Drake just now being in the Marines, but he's still part of Sword. If he says, wait, ex Drake, right? You got a bounty of 4 million for abandoning the Marines, for defecting illegally. I don't trust you. As Luffy would then say, alright then. Well, how about this? I'll take down the Marines, and you can be the new commander that would be better than the current ones. Drake abandons Sword and joins the crew now. You're like, alright, I'll be a better fleet admiral. So Drake's 4 million berry bounty went up to 7. So everyone in Luffy's crew has a bounty of at least 1 million. Law says, you know, we all, I want to be the best doctor in the world, cure disease, kill someone. Luffy just says, tell me who you want to kill and they're dead. Law says, I want to kill Doflamingo the Warlord. Luffy says, Doflamingo's dead. So, yeah. Like Luffy's kind of being enthusiastic about getting all these people on his crew. So yeah, Luffy has Law, Shachi. How many people would this be? So, Law. Guys may be like, isn't this a bit excessive? Yes, it is. But have you seen Whitebeard's crew? That man has a few thousand. So does Kaido. Beppo, being a bear, is not really taken too seriously as he seems too nice. Beppo is going to have a 10,000 berry bounty. So Beppo is the lowest bounty on Luffy's crew. Penguin gets a 1 million berry bounty with Chopper. Shachi also gets a 1 million berry bounty. And due to Law wanting to kill a warlord and being associated with Luffy, Law gets a 12 million berry bounty. So, yeah. You can count how many people Luffy has on his crew now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 people so far. But you'd like to have 23 people on this crew. So yeah. And Hawkins would say, if I join your crew, what would I get out of it? If he would say, well, whatever you want. I'm future king of the world. King of the world gets whatever the king wants. And Hawkins would say, well, I guess the only thing I have in mind, I want some of the One Piece. Luffy says, all right, I'm probably gonna regret this, but come aboard. Everyone can't help but laugh at what Luffy said, but Hawkins is now joining because he gets a share of the One Piece. Like, Luffy's only goal, like, he doesn't want the One Piece, he doesn't care. So Hawkins, yeah, like he didn't want anything major, so he's getting a 15,000 berry bounty. If any of these bounties should be bumped higher, tell me. Chopper's is going to be bumped higher. And Pooh just says, you know, he wants all of the best musical instruments in the world. Luffy says, I can already get you that right now. Apu will join. So yeah, Luffy has all the future supernovas except for Blackbeard on his crew. And Apu doesn't want anything major. He'll be getting a lower bounty than Beppo at 8k. So yeah. So I'm just going to cut this part off here because I don't have anything else to do. So hope you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe, at least use personalized notifications. Bye now.